Some martial characters or players who love martial characters like to balance the raw power of martial, the straightforward abilities of the martial classes, and the magic that usually exists in fantasy settings, but they don't really like the spellcasting components. So one of the players, a redditor by the name of ARandomBlueGuy, created a martial archetype for the fighter called the Witch Knight, all about kind of rituals and like a darker, like more like almost ancestral or natural magic, kind of like druids. So that would be interesting. Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am this idiot, and you are hearing me speak. You may go on with your life. If you want to continue watching, we will be reviewing the Witch Knight archetype, which looks really interesting, and this should be a longer video because there's stuff to get into. So without further ado, let's get into that. Alright, martial archetype, Witch Knight. Outlanders, wild ones, cannibals, and even druids. These are some of the names common folk use to refer to the Witch Knights. And even if some of those might be true, reality is that these warriors have a unique relation with ancestry, nature, and magic. Witch Knights use strange and unique rituals to overcome adversity in battle while they strike down any creature who dares to oppose them. Arcane Sentinel features, I guess that was another name for it. Level, rituals known, features. At third level you have 2 rituals known. The features are rituals and cursing strike. At 7th level the rituals known become 4, and the feature is ritualist. At 10th level, you have 5 rituals known, and you get the feature Hexer. At 15th level, you get 6 rituals known, and you have the feature Eternal Rituals. And at 18th level, you have 7 rituals known, and your feature is the Unsealed. Alright, on to rituals. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you gain access to a set of ancient and forbidden rituals used by tribal warriors to imbue themselves with the different forces of nature and release new and uncanny abilities. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can perform one of these rituals by painting up to 2 intricate designs, also known as ritual marks, alluding to the type of ritual you chose into your body or armor. These marks remain on your body or armor until you finish a long rest. The amount of rituals you know and can perform increases when you reach certain levels in this subclass, as shown in the table above. Additionally, each time you gain a level in this class, you can replace the ritual marks you know with a different one. Cool. Cursing Strike. Also at 3rd level, you gain the ability to imbue your weapon with necrotic energy. As an action, you channel necrotic energy into your weapon and make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage plus the weapon's normal damage. Additionally, you can use your bonus action to apply the effects of one of the rituals you have prepared and requires the use of this feature. The damage of your Cursing Strike increases by 1d8 every time you gain the extra attack feature provided by this class. You can use this feature times equal to your intelligence modifier. You regain 2 uses of this feature at the end of a short rest, and all uses when you finish a long rest. Note: Ritual/Spell/Cursing Strike saving DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. And your spell attack modifier equals your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. Cool. Ritualist. At 7th level, your ability to perform rituals have taught you the basics of ritual casting. You learn two first level spell from this wizard spell list. You can only cast a ritual spell through the use of this feature once per day. You can learn a number of spells equal to your intelligence modifier, and every spell must have the ritual tag. If you want to do so, you have to find every spell in written form before you try to memorize it. The process takes 1 hour per spell level, and it can't be higher than one-fourth of your fighter level, rounded down. Hexer. At 10th level, you have discovered how to enhance your cursing techniques even further. Whenever you use your Cursing Strike feature successfully, you may inflict one of the following effects on the same creature. The target's speed is reduced by 10 feet while you gain the same amount. The target has disadvantage on ritual saving throws. The target cannot concentrate on spells if you are within 10 feet of it, or the target cannot take reactions until the end of its next turn. Eternal Rituals. After you reach 15th level, whenever you use your second wind feature, you regain one use of 2 rituals of your choice and 2 uses of your Cursing Strike. Additionally, the damage die of your rituals changes from 1d8 to 1d10. And finally, with the features, we have yet to go onto the rituals themselves. But Unsealed. At 18th level, you have become a master of hexes and rituals when you created one powerful ritual of your own. Activating said ritual gives you access to your full potential for 1 minute, gaining the following benefits. You gain immunity to necrotic damage, and your attacks ignore necrotic resistance. Your skin emanates a necrotic aura of 10 feet. Any creature that comes into contact or begins its turn on it takes 1d6 necrotic damage. You can use your Cursing Strike without spending a use of this feature. This doesn't apply to your rituals. So cool. Interesting. Okay. This ritual doesn't count against a maximum number of rituals you know, and its effects can only be used once per long rest. List of rituals. Depending on the nature of the ritual, its effects might always be active, in parentheses, passive tag, require the use of your Cursing Strike, in parentheses, Cursing Strike tag, hitting an enemy with your weapon, in parentheses, activates on strike tag, or need the use of your reaction, in parentheses, reaction tag. You regain all uses of your rituals after you finish a short or long rest. And into the rituals. Ritual of the Bear. Passive. By the strength. Yeah, grammar is interesting. By the strength of the mighty bear, you gain +2 AC, and your unarmed strikes deal 1d6 slashing damage. Ritual of the Fae. Requires Cursing Strike to activate. Inspired by the duplicity of the Fae, whenever you hit a creature with your Cursing Strike, you can activate the effects of this ritual to attempt to turn the creature feral. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or become charmed until the end of its next turn. While charmed, the creature has to use its action to attack the nearest creature other than you, be it ally or enemy. Ritual of the Fiend requires reaction to activate. When you choose to wear the ritual mark of the Fiend, you gain fire resistance, and you can use a reaction to transfer the effects of any fire-based spell that targets you to a creature you can see other than the attacker within 30 feet. You can activate the effects of this ritual times equal to your intelligence modifier. Ritual of the Hound. Passive. By using this ritual, you have become a hunter with no equal. You ignore non-magical difficult terrain and gain proficiency in perception checks. Ritual of the Moon. Requires reaction to activate. The ritual Mark of the Moon evokes an aura of deceit and mystery. In the same way, whenever you or an ally within 10 feet of you is hit by a melee attack roll, you can use your reaction to reflect the attack back to the creature using that same roll. You can activate the effects of this ritual 2 times per short or long rest. Ritual of the Owl. The constant alertness of the owl aids you, passive. The constant alertness of the owl aids you at all times. You cannot be surprised, and other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being hidden from you. Ritual of the Poisonous Frog. Requires reaction to activate. Taught by nature itself, whenever a creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to inflict poison on the attacker. The creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d8 poison damage. You can activate the effects of this ritual times equal to your intelligence modifier. Ritual of the Snake. Requires Cursing Strike to activate. Imbued by the strength of the snake, whenever you hit a creature with your Cursing Strike, you can activate the effects of this ritual to summon a spectral snake to immobilize the creature. It must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns to free himself from the snake. If it fails the saving throw, it takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage. Ritual of the Steed. Activates on strike. Whenever you hit an enemy, you can use the blunt end of the weapon to replace the damage your weapon would normally do to bludgeoning damage of the same amount. Then force a target to make a strength saving throw. On a fail, the creature is knocked prone. You can activate the effects of this ritual 2 times per short or long rest. Few more. Ritual of the Storm. Activates on strike. By channeling the power of the storms, whenever you hit a creature with a metal weapon, you can magnetize it to and disarm your enemy. The creature must probably succeed on a dexterity saving throw or have its weapon fall to the ground. If any creature tries to pick the weapon up, it takes 1d8 lightning damage. You can activate the effects of this ritual 2 times per short or long rest. Ritual of the Sun. Requires Cursing Strike to activate. You can harness a little fraction of the sun's power in your body. Whenever you hit a creature with your Cursing Strike, it deals radiant damage instead of necrotic, and you can activate the effects of this ritual to blind your enemies. Every creature of your choice within 10 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or become blinded, granted it has eyes, for 1 minute. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of their turns to end the effect. If the creature you hit with your Cursing Strike is an undead, it takes an additional an extra 1d8 of damage. Ritual of the Undying. Requires Cursing Strike to activate. Using knowledge inspired by creatures beyond life and death, whenever you hit a creature with your Cursing Strike, you can activate the effects of this ritual to leech the life of that same creature. You regain hit points equal to half of the damage of your Cursing Strike, rounded down. Ritual of the Unknown. Passive. By communing with an entity of unknown powers, you gain some of its powers. You can communicate telepathically with any creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The creature doesn't need to have a language in common with you to understand you, but it needs to be able to understand at least one language. Additionally, the damage of your Cursing Strike deals is psychic instead of necrotic. Ritual of the Wise Man. Passive. The tales of old wizards capable of bending nature to their wills inspire you. When you perform this ritual, you can choose 2 cantrips from the druid or wizard spell list. Your spellcasting ability for this spells is Intelligence. And finally, Ritual of the Wolf. Requires Cursing Strike to activate. There is strength in the numbers. Whenever you hit a creature with your Cursing Strike, You can activate the effects of this ritual to mark the target. Your allies gain advantage on the first attack roll they make against the marked target. The effects of this ritual lasts until the beginning of the target's next turn. This is all really, really cool. On to the review itself. Story-wise, this is really, really interesting. It's really giving me like kind of a druidic like Witcher vibes, which I really like. I'd love to see this in action. Kind of also makes me think almost monk, or yeah, I don't know if there's any official classes or subclasses that would have like rituals or something like that. I really like that idea of like having a list of like options for a class or subclass, and you can choose, and having them have like, some have like prerequisites, kind of like the warlock, but for other like subclasses and stuff. But anywho, the story is really cool about like kind of getting in tune with the nature and other creatures to gain their benefits and like study them, which I really like. So the story is really cool. The features are really cool, all about rituals and like cursing, kind of like witches, but like martial witches, which is really cool. So the rituals, you have 2, and then you get them higher. And then Cursing Strike is really cool. So I like, so it's 1d8 plus a weapon's normal damage die. It's a melee spell attack. I would say, yeah, it's an action. Cool. So the damage does increase 1d8 every time you gain an extra attack, which I like. But it's nice because the caveat is, you're using your action for that Cursing Strike. So if you do, it's basically like a Green Flame Blade or Booming Blade, where you're giving up your extra attack for more damage and maybe some additional effects, which is really cool. Let's see here, 2 uses, all with intelligence modifier, which makes sense because it's more like you're studying these other creatures rather than you're like kind of becoming in tune with them. Ritualist, so you have some ritual spells from the wizard spell list. You can only do it once a day. I would say, so you learn 2, and then it says you can learn a number of spells. I would say it's probably at 7th level. 7th level you learn the 2, and then as you go you can learn more, but you need to get the ritual tags. Hexer is nice, so you can give more effects to the Cursing Strike, which can be really good. Eternal Rituals, which is cool because when you like regain vigor, you regain some other resources. And then Unsealed is really cool. I would say that probably uses an action to do. And then all the rituals, those are really cool. All very different, and can be really nice. Let's see here. Yeah, anything overpowered or underpowered. Some of this stuff seems a bit confusing, like that ritualist thing. But besides that, I actually wouldn't say this is too overpowered or underpowered. I mean, the damage types for the Cursing Strike is Necrotic, or you can change it to Radiant or Psychic, which are rarer damage types, but it's a nice additional damage. Meaning that, like, if it's a place with undead, then you can go to the sun and then get radiant, or if you're thinking that psychic would be better, you can go to psychic instead. It's not elemental damage, which is usually pretty resisted by monsters, so that's nice. So it's still pretty powerful. But I would say it makes sense with the story, and I don't think it makes it too overpowered. I don't think it's too underpowered. I don't think it should be any other subclass. It could be maybe a druid, but it's not really a druid. And it's not too similar to any other subclass. Maybe the rune knight, but that's a different thing entirely too. Anything else? I can't really think of anything else. I really like this. I think this would be really interesting to check out. I'd love to see this in action. Of course, if you wanted to let me know how it is in action, or wanted to join a game with me or a campaign or whatever, and we would try it out together, let me know. The comments below, or email me. I'll try to contact you, email you back. Anything else? Next week we are going on to the monk, of course. This is called The Way of the Returned. Basically, by a monk who has come back from the dead and has gained some abilities because of that fact. And it should be pretty interesting. I glanced at a few of them, and they do look cool. So join me next week for that. It is Christmas time, yay! And these are all darker themes. Sorry. So Christmas is coming up. I should do something for that. I did do my previous last week's stream because I videotaped this early. So it'd be yesterday for me, but it'd be last week for you. I did do some Frostvale or Frostval stuff in MacQuest, which is their Christmas stuff. I might do more if you want. I'm just doing the story, and then I can go on to that. That would be fine. I'm doing some like farming stuff with one of the quests as we talk or whatever. That would be fun. So that's fun. Check out my writings, all that fun stuff. Tell me what you think of the Witch Knight. Tell me what rituals you would choose at 3rd level. And join me next week for The Way of the Returned. And I will see you next week. I am looking forward to checking out more and talking with you later. Alright, see you later. I was gonna sign off, but I forgot. Previous episode or whatever. Channel subscription, like, comment, subscribe, share. All that fun stuff. If you wanted to join me in my team so that this video thing will be, better, maybe? Less, yeah. Let me know, and we can be in contact about making it better, maybe getting a bigger audience or whatever. That would be fun. Besides that, yeah. I really hope you enjoy this previous episode or favorite or episode or whatever. Channel subscription, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff that YouTube likes, so that maybe I can be better and have more fun with this. Join me next week for The Way of the Return, and let's see here. That's about it. See you later. Disidiot out.